Ooh, hot cool, the core, me core, Delhi, trouble. It's a core to the core. Get it. Gimme. Why, yeah. Nice, man. Trouble coming down the road, you man. You hear Pop Baptist? Trouble. People jamming to the core band rhythm, all the rags them waving, everybody chanting, singing. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, stanga diggy diggy. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Revelers fetting from dusk till morning, all them rum and drinking, everybody dancing, singing. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, stanga diggy diggy. Whoa, yeah.
Boy, Juve man, we're not coming down. Everybody, it's time to have some fun because the long weekend is done. I just want to big up everybody who tune in now. The topics now is gonna roll down from church ground. Yeah, special good evening to each and everybody, and hope you guys have a great holiday weekend. You know what I mean, with your real friends. Special good evening to uh, Alan Powell. I like your hat. And if you're tuning in, just share the show. We rolling. I just want to say special thanks again for everybody who tuned in the last time. You know what I mean? Keep on tuning in. Keep on tuning in. Because it's about to get real as it gets. You know what I mean? Alan, how was the weekend, man?
Good night, everybody. Um, but my weekend was regular, I don't tell you, when it comes to Saturday. Saturday's fight day, and yesterday was the start of the playoffs. I take in a little basketball. You check it out. Man, really went nowhere for the Labor weekend. Um,
Mm,
I also want to big up everybody, big up everybody whether stop Jill and whether you say me mouth sweet or it's filthy. You know what I mean? She does give me a little smile when she come and tell me the stories. Understand? So I just want to express appreciation to everybody for tuning into the show. And um as we talk about that, you know, being part of the show, sharing the show, liking the show, giving a reaction, giving a comment, all of that make you part of the show. And as I'm saying, just appreciation to everybody for
yeah, man.
reaching
Thanks for being, you know what I mean, very, how I must put it, acknowledgeable. Yeah,
out.
and as we talk about acknowledgeable, you know what I mean, as you see, you know, Vance, our former premier, Vance Amory, the late Vance Amory, has been finally laid to rest. So with him being laid to rest, you know what I mean, remember there's some unrest issues still going on, and you know, we can't argue with the dead anymore. So we go argue with what living and what surrounds us, and what surrounds us is just more political drama. Uh, I should say more political. How I should say it, Alan? They have a nice way of saying it now.
I don't know what way they have of saying it, but I mean, it's just like I just remind people all the time. Because up to the other day, I was talking to a partner and I was telling him, um, everything is always politics. Cost of living going up. You know what I'm saying? We just had a census. You got to pay social security. You got taxes. You got all kind of different factors coming in, and it's just a reality of life that politics is always discussed. What I try to show my partner on a level is that although he don't discuss politics, he don't discuss party politics. You understand?
Mm,
So what happens is, and this is what, like, this is why going back to the letter from Eugene, you remember when Eugene said there are certain people who are watching our performances, they're analyzing, and they're gonna make the best choice for the country going forward. That's
Yes.
what I'm saying. So it's like there is a factor to you know what I mean. So there are the people who by you love your country and you can just make the best choice. I mean, you got people straight up gonna tell me by Alan you is a NRP. Yet still, last election, I tell you after I spoke to both candidates, only the CCM candidate is speaking about power. And I went on to say, CCM look like they're gonna take three. And it was resisted. You understand? Even on the election, I tell them, man, yo, this is three. But as I'm saying is like it's just about the reality of the situation. What
Yeah.
is best news what is going to happen because you got to live with it regardless. So we just trying to inform you on the scenarios. I mean, also going back to 2017, 'cause I see my partner today. I remember my partner was telling me NRP going to win Cheat1 in 2017. I said, big man, listen, if you're high, go off the road. You understand? You can't be then kind of hide it and be on the road because he said go with 4-1. He said, Alan, you're not informed. You're not going into the places where I go. You're not amongst the streets. I said, okay, all right. Just watch good. You're gonna get 4-1. Because that was just the reality I saw at that time. You understand? Things shift
Yeah.
from time to time. Nothing is gonna stay the same, but um, you just got to keep in mind we ain't for anything. We just want to present the facts because I want to talk about some things and it gonna sound like I'm not Brantley love fest later. But we're gonna get to that.
We
We're gonna
will
get
get
to
to
that.
that.
Yeah.
Of course. But Alan, I got a clip with Brick Pam Brick on.
Wait, the whole line. I wanna say one more thing before we
Yes.
go um because some people were speaking to me because I mean a lot of people tuned in last week about the show.
Yeah.
Just want to remind everybody, really and truly, this is an adult show. Sometimes we're gonna have some adult language. For example, you see on my hat where it said no fucks given. I want to explain to you even what that means. You got to, you see, a fuck is something special, you know? And you can't just go and just give them away all the time. You got to save that when, the thing will raise up the hair on the back of your neck, what give you goosebump. You understand? The thing will set your soul on fire. So sometimes we gonna got to give a fuck. You understand? Because this is a real
Mm-hmm.
conversation. So, and I'm gonna tell you, if you wanna more buttoned up conversation, more starch, more clean, you can go and listen the voices or whichever program, you know what I mean? We just providing an option for you. So thank you very much. You could go ahead, play whatever clip you need to play.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's one of my favorite songs. And you just got a Nivision version, you know what I mean? When you build something, it's supposed to be brick by brick, but you don't know, you ain't supposed to tear down stuff brick by brick. Brick, brick,
Mm-hmm.
brick. Play the clip, play the clip, play the clip, man. Just short and sweet. He just short and sweet. But I've been tweeting, right? I gotta make sure tweeting too, I've been tweeting, innit?
I recall seeing a clip. I did not know the context of the clip, but I suppose you will be explaining to me what it is
I just
happening.
want, I just want that little snippet be played. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Yeah, then after I'll explain all the context.
Um, y- where you know where the location is? You say you know the location?
Brick pam brick, brick pam brick pam brick, brick pam brick, brick pam brick pam brick. When me I use me chopper phone, not chatting a lot.
All right. I see while I come down. Where is this?
That's supposedly supposed to be at the Alexandra Hospital, man.
From when? About 6 months ago.
I saw this tape surface this morning, and I was like, send. I know what you guys trying to say. Yeah, and I just added the audio to it, man. Yeah, brick pan brick, you know. That's how much money spending right now. Brick pan bricks.
So which mean I they have been by
So
God.
that message is that video is simply saying, you know what I mean? He breaking down bricks, but you have to spend bricks to break bricks, right? Because he getting paid to do that also. Extra money being
Oh,
spent to do whatever too. You know what I mean? So it's brick pan brick.
okay. Well, all I will do with that, all I gonna say is we were joined last week by Mr. Devon Cornelius, and I think that he attends the monthly press conference. I do not know when that will be, but I think that when the next press conference, a question need to be asked for an update on the hospital, and I will take my advice. I will have my opinion after that.
But that's why I like Michael Perkins too, you know. Michael Perkins make a mistake, Michael Perkins gonna come forth. It was an honest mistake. Kudos to you,
Yeah,
Mr. Perkins.
yeah, but listen, the price of this thing don't double already. So I don't want this thing reaching. I don't want this thing reaching the 20s of millions now. Cause I think this was supposed to be a $9 million expansion, which turned into
Hey,
closer to
and
19.
you know, and if you think about it, right? Last time we basically talk about the hospital is maybe like months back, and like we're talking about it as it stands still. Like I ain't see nothing going forward as much. You know what I mean? It's more of we seeing more tearing down than building up. Somebody saying in the comments that somebody saying to the front look fancy, but Lord, to the back sink the heart.
By oh my lord. A- As I say, for right now, that has been consistent, I would say, with the legacy of the premier. As he got good ideas, but the execution, I don't see the execution. You check it out. So I'm still waiting for the completion. Well, long awaiting now for the completion of that, and that goes into the list of things that we are still waiting for the completion of at this particular moment in time. So I can just wait on the media for an update, but that's just on the list of frustrations, promises.
Well, at least this year, if election call this year or whatever, you don't know what the next strategy be because right now we out of ideas, you know. Yeah, I mean the new idea is win this one for Vance.
Um, Listen,
So this one there gonna be no more upcoming buildings or investment coming to the island. Vote for me and this will be happening. The dog farm don't work, wells don't work. Remember they had that
okay.
kind of thing, you know.
Before I get into me my Grantley Love Fest, let me express a little kind of criticism here at this point. I think of CCM in general. I think I would have heard I read recently that one of the core principles of CCM is people matter more. Okay? Now, you cannot argue with that. And I am not attempting to argue with the slogan or anything. That is perfectly fine. The issue I'm having is that only came as a response to the fact that NRP came with a slogan, performance matters. So CCM remixed the thing and they come, people matter more. Me not gonna problem. I would ask now that you incumbent now and you're in power. You control the bell. You control the resources. That you come with original concepts. Not just original concepts though, because I know you got good ideas. What I want you to do, Mr. Premier, I want you actually tone it down. Give me less ideas. Give me something where you can finish. Start off with some simple things where you know you could do and you know you could finish. Come, give me your plan, give me your idea. I know you're gonna tell me about all your history, you're gonna tell me about all the wonderful things, but I would like to see CCM be progressive actually and not be like just reactive and a remix. You are on the thing. You're in charge. Come out and let we see what is going on. Just like how I'm still waiting to hear from like NRP about critical plans, not just the overarching wonderful thing. You come with your plans and don't come and say you want to continue from because let me tell you something. CCM ain't come with a manifesto last election. Yeah? They must say let we continue from 2013. So what they gonna do? Come in 2023 and say let we continue from 2013 still? But we got 2023 problems today with we in a pandemic. No, we wasn't in a pandemic them times. I don't want them to come with nothing. Of course, nobody is telling you not to finish what you have started. But
True.
all of that is why I'm saying if you look at CCM, but CCM need to come with less because I got a lot of things going on now. I got a lot of things to do further. So don't come with grand big plans because if you come with them, that won't be a sign to me of the bullshit you are coming to sell me. You don't got to come with less. And I would like come original. If you know when everything gonna happen, how you gonna they can't wait again for NRP to come out with a slogan again and or go remix again. They need to be forward, trend setting. That's how you do when you lead, you know. They can't be a counter attacking team. Are you got the ballers them? You're dominant. You see what I say?
Yes, of course.
I don't know that.
Um, I got a comment here. Devon Cornelius. Yeah, man. Good night. Yeah, the health minister doesn't necessarily have to have a background in health as most, if not at all, of the work is carried out by the department secretary and other senior officials who should be qualified.
These are facts. But this is something I say um, all the time. The premier ain't necessarily the best qualified for your minister of finance. He's a lawyer. You understand? But that don't make you qualified. You have like a basic understanding of things, but your job really is to communicate.
Yep.
Hold on and let me say one thing, going back to last week, because I forget to say, an area where the Prime Minister failed. It coming in my mind now that I'm thinking about it. As I tell you, you are the Minister. You don't necessarily know about the ministry, you know. Your job is to be organized. Your job is to be communicating with the permanent secretaries, understanding what is required from the ministry, making sure you log in your necessary information. You know how the Prime
Okay.
Minister was saying, um, it's like Sean and Mark ain't know nothing about government because they ain't interacting with the permanent secretary. They don't even know how the budget's going and them type of thing there. Your job really and truly is organization. Your job is teaching certain people their jobs and things. You know? No. When you're the Prime Minister, one of your job them in a kind of way is to teach them how to be ministers. You know? And I would say, particularly for new ministers, this is an area where I could say that he is seen to have failed. You check it out? Because that is also a responsibility. You can't let these people under you lapsing and just say you're lapsing because the man lapsed for 7 years under you, you know. And now you're putting it upon them as in like, okay, is that a mistake? And don't get me wrong, they're fucking up for 7 years. Don't get me wrong. But he, as the leader, are supposed to be paying attention and making sure that these things working out. Because, as you said, the Prime Minister and the Premier are responsible for the allocation of ministries. Which means, if you ever hear about a cabinet reshuffle, I mean, I decide by going way to the Governor General and say, no, I'm going to take back this ministry from you. I'm going to give you a next
Yep.
one. And we're going to just change up this thing. So, but in order to effectively do these things, you got to be on top of all the ministries. Really and truly, what you got to see is that the Prime Minister or the Premier got to got somebody in every ministry, you know. And then he still got to be talking to the PSs and all this kind of. He got to be everywhere. Which is one of the reasons why the Premier ain't really supposed to get the job, but that's a different conversation. But right, that was it.
as you refer as you refer to that, right? As you refer to that, um, and back to what I was saying in terms of the with the three seats, which is Mark, Eric, and Alexis, right? For the federal, and we only hearing the premier talking. So where's the mouth speech of these other ministers? Because we only hearing problems from one person, and that is from the premier himself. So, like, I want to know what every problem was with the prime minister and what Alexis' problem is with the prime minister also, because we only hearing movies like that in a fair share, but we ain't know what about the agriculture department and whatever ministry they're in charge of. You know what I mean? How is it correspondent with them? Like, how, we ain't know what's going on with them personally. Are they just sign? You get what I'm saying?
Uh, well, you see, Jason, I have been saying for months, for numerous reasons, that I would like to hear from more ministers. Number one, he gonna take some pressure off of the Premier. Cause he ain't gonna have to continue talk all the time. He gonna go from getting 10 grand here a week to down to 5.5 grand here a week. I take off 4.5 just by not talking for a month. So he got to like, and then you get the development of more ministers. Them man could go, you could get access to their information. It really and truly more transparency in my estimation. Them man could go.
I'm just
So
hearing
I
it.
don't.
I'm just actually hearing the problem from one person. Me want to know what Eric problem be too. I want to know what Zook problem be.
And then come back to that again. Um, the Premier represent everybody, and that's facts. You understand? We never learn from that. But
No.
but we are also not going to give them, okay, you can't have your cake and eat it too. So, for example, the premier would make a statement and say nobody does vote for the prime minister. We don't vote for a premier. We vote for our area. And I always say the people of the particular area vote for their representative. They want to hear from their representative. They don't just want to hear from the premier. So you understand what I'm saying? Me not run from the fact you represent everybody. We don't know that. But it's the same thing like when he had just become the premier, and I think he had tried to say something like, you know, in other countries, when the leader of the country walks into the room, people just stand up. Ain't gonna happen in this country though. You understand? So get that out of your head. Oh, yeah, clap. But people gonna stand up when you walk in a room. No, we know you are the leader. Nobody gonna diss you. We might tell you, we got a problem with this, and that. But you're not gonna get them kind of disrespect from sane people, respectable people. Ain't gonna happen like that. It's just a disagreement on principles. Execution mostly. Because you have fantastic ideas, you just can't execute.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. You have any more clips now?
Yeah, a special announcement. We have a special
What?
announcement for the civil servants, the PAP
Oh,
workers.
no, I want to say something before that. But really and truly, right? Okay. Let me just chuck in a small thing, a small little culture thing. I went by
Yes.
Florence. I went by Florence Saturday.
Oh,
Florence.
uh-huh.
Yeah, man. She asked me, "Are you just up on the show with Jason?" No. I say, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. So okay. I went go look by what black pudding. You understand?
Yes.
And the reason why I bring up the black pudding, right, is because black pudding is Nevis culture, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I recently went to a little piece of Nevis culture too. You know, when Easter come around, we don't get conky. And I just asked myself, but how come I can't get conky all year round? Is there a reason why we don't do conky more often? I feel like I would eat a conky every weekend. What is your opinion? You ain't a conky fan?
No.
Yeah. Tom. Okay, all right. Me gonna bring up the conky argument. And I also want to say, why let them on that? Because I hear I drinking one of my favorite drinks as well, man. Drinking some sour. I want to big up Jamal Daniel. I think he's a
Mm-hmm.
father actually with Dole. Yeah, man. I see the man had some sour there the other day. I said, wow, sour. I just feel like when we're talking about the need to capitalize on agriculture, and when you're talking to me about the reality of doing it, we got to be growing this thing to use them, and we need to be more circular with the thing. When me there Jamaica, all year round, me I guess I will. Them man got a crap on them. He got company making sorrel. But if we want to live in this fantasy of talking about how we're going to be boosting agriculture, but we ain't going to be using the produce,
If
me not
agriculture
struggling.
was to boost, agriculture would have done boost long time. They're only making it look like that because they're doing a lot of local events happening. Otherwise than that, I could bet any money that freezer up there by the agro processing still full of frozen mango. And
Mm-hmm.
I got a picture from last year. You understand me? But I want an up to date one. So maybe when I go message somebody and tell them I want an up to date picture of the freezer in by agro processing were full of frozen mango. Like them a wait on people.
to the things. See, and this is what I'm saying, man. It's not just that. It's not just by how we got to live. What we live in is really we culture. When I went Jamaica, right, and I see what is taking place for breakfast, I was like, yo, I have got to be strong. And it's like they embrace the country and what the country produce in a way that we do not. 'Cause when I talking about what I eating for breakfast, they're saying Alan is very American with your lifestyle. How we got to be smaller than them, I tell you. The man got to be strong. Made food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. However you want it. Telling you, man. Alright, I done with me. Okay, I wanted to give some observations on interprimary.
Give your observation, of course.
Okay, so my observations of interprimary and from interprimary. First, I'm gonna give my observation of the broadcast because I watch from home until intermission. And imagine I watching the broadcast, and it make me have to go read a case. And this is when the Mark Brantley Love Fest gonna start. Okay? So I'm watching the broadcast and it's fine. Come to the intermission, there is a interview segment. You check it out.
Yes.
They bring on some of the athletes. Then no, he went in as you say, we can't escape it. Politics has to happen. So we get Sean and we got Junior Minister for News. Chad.
Sorry, Labor.
Yeah. And it wasn't really too tense. I didn't really listen to Sean, you know. I just got to tune on that for Sean. China really been too tense for the politics. China was just talking about he glad the event keeping. He was late. We moved on to Eric and a lady from the American embassy. Eric is which by the issue came in for me. Eric is what my guy had to go read the case. Because Eric come on and Eric was like, CCM did this wonderful, CCM did this wonderful, and he had field campaignish. That when politics reaching at the interprimary. And that's when I had to question myself in terms of, because I remember interprimary is not like we live in America where we have Fox and NBC as the broadcasters. They ain't ESPN.
Yeah.
This was NTV. If it's Nevis Television, which is funded by the public, then it should be equal time for all parties. Particularly we back the premier when he say the prime minister run, I gonna got to when it's your turn, it's your turn. When he came on and he was so CCM, I been feel like it would have been nice if NRP didn't get a do, if PLP didn't get a do since his campaign. Because as I tell you, Chai went on and Chai was just like he glad in the primary, basically. Chai was cool.
Yeah.
Me don't know what Sean said. Maybe you Sean said. Me don't know what Sean said. Me don't you know.
No, me didn't get to watch the interprimary.
And so the reason why I had to read the case is because you remember one of the things that has brought the premier to fame is his defense of the rights of the disenfranchised. And this is one of the things, right? Okay, young people, because there are premiers out there right now, future premiers I'm talking about. And I would hope somebody would give you this guidance, okay? When you study Vance Amory and you study in politics, you study in relationships and how he deal with people. When you're studying Mark Bradley, you're studying the technical aspects of politics now. Okay? What the premier did in I think it's 2011, but what I read was the Court of Appeal. I mean, that's like we read who said the final thing. And what he did in that case, can I run from it? And he showed you why. If in the next election, NRP say, them cheat hobby, them do this by electoral office, I ain't paying attention them. That mean I never read the case there. That mean I don't know the rules of election. Because what the premier do was very basic, very instructive. He knew the rules, he identified a right, he identified that the right was breached, and he sought to remedy the right. Remedy being the restoration of their names, remedy being election is null and void, and he come back into what I tell I last week he put it then into the story by telling you he's a defender of the people, man of the people, I march, disenfranchise, where this he fold that now into that story. That case was very instructive.
Because everybody were waiting for somebody to read something for them than them do the reading themselves. And he know that.
And it goes back into why I said CCM is a real party as far as the structure. You got to get attorneys, you got to be okay. Okay, for example, let me take JD Kings. That JD should be a master of the political rules, but she's supposed to know the basics and the things where she ain't know. She's supposed to get a number, a team, people what she could call, what could tell her within, yeah, this is bam bam bam. You understand? This thing is not hard. And this is what I'm saying. This is when now you're dealing with organization. When you're a minister, it's like you're a teacher, you know. It's about being organized in life, about what you're doing with this thing, you know. It's about getting structure. And it's about being able to implement this structure on a wider level. Go ahead, you're reading something?
No, I just was going through the comments. They're talking about when he took NRP to court to use of NTV.
Oh, well, that was why I was asked. That was making it about Eric Pat and NRP and them, because no, what the other part of the case was that CCM was not covered fairly by NTV. You understand? So that's how come I'm looking at the broadcast. I'm knowing we're in a political frame. And I'm seeing Try be responsible, but I'm seeing Eric be enthusiastic and be a little, because really and truly it's just all about the event. But it is one of these things whereby, because okay, I feel like in certain circumstances, right, it's very difficult, and this is also hard, especially for you, you're going to say me not qualified to make the statement, yeah. But I feel like in certain circumstances, credit is not due. You feel me? Credit is not due, and I can tell you why. If you do your job, where you want, if you go beyond what is expected of you, then now is when we're talking. Then now is when I gonna watch you and I gonna be like, whoa. When I look and I see hospital not done and things, when I look and I see the list of things that are not done, these are not things that I will be ready to say about the premiere, because I have not seen him go beyond. I see him do his job. You feel me? If
Yes.
you got your child, and you're raising your child,
Yes.
and he's like, me and my child don't fight. Me not see where you want credit for that. Your child ain't supposed to fight. You understand what me I say? You ain't deserve no credit for that. You don't look after your child. You ain't need no special beyond mothers there and fathers there. What you want? You ain't need no trophy. You get a child, you get a responsibility. You're supposed to look after that. So sometimes now, I don't got trouble with like the amount of self-praise the ministers or whoever does want to heap upon themselves. When it just seems to me like you're doing your job. And what am I supposed to do when you just do your job? Tell you, yeah, look for you do your job, you know, burn down the place. That's what I be supposed to do. Me not understand the participation trophy vibes. We got to get out of that part there. When you go beyond, when like you deliver me, so when you like deliver me service, why man, I didn't expect that. You know when you're there somewhere and you eat something and you're like, bye, I got to tip these people, yeah, boy. And it got to be nice, because you see service beyond. Whereas you go there and them just going through the motion. They do their job, they bring the food. But nothing, not with no zest. No, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to get some kind of special commendation for doing their job.
So,
We could have supported.
so we come to the point now that we could establish that whenever things are done, it's done either by Taiwan or the federal. Me just ask, me don't know. Me play crazy
No,
right now.
no, they just do things, but it's just that they can't finish them.
So tell me
But
something. So the general and secondary school ain't finished yet?
no, you would have seen pictures. If you do not see an opening ceremony, it is not going to be taking place. You're always gonna know. And plus, I would think that there would be more pressure to get it started more for the new year. But they're gonna face pressure again, because I tell a man, I don't watch the schedule of public works in a Nevis. So public works, I get ready to focus on the complex.
Culture, Malcolm.
You better believe it.
A lot
You
of
better
stage
believe
going down this way, left, right, and center. Herbert Beach.
That's what I'm saying. So you just got to.
Woodfield.
If you look at the cycle of things, you could see public works gonna be here. They're gonna be here, and then me ain't gonna say ain't gonna got projects in between, but that's like at the point of time. when nothing is taking place. Like they're gonna still get in certain dead spots. Then they're gonna be the flexible areas. But cultural harmony is coming.
Shanti Books, the premier said that those projects are finished to what we have wanted in phase one. So we have
Listen,
a phase one premier.
listen, listen.
Mundo Chuck still in phase one.
I
And
don't I do not know what
Mundo
phase
Chuck
movie is in.
and Mundo Chuck is just the phase name, right? Because before you christen the child, you don't give away name.
And listen, I'm glad you just said Mondo Chap because I keep on hearing people saying the stadium, the stadium. And I have to remind people I ain't in no stadium. It's one piece of blocks you see me seeing them. We ain't in the stadium. We at Mondo
Yeah,
Chap.
you're still in stealth mode.
Yeah, we still we still renting the temporary seats them. You understand? Yeah,
3 years.
we still renting the temporary seats them for the events that are not held often enough to
And
substantiate the cost.
and thank goodness for the lovely weather you had.
Well, the weather, and I tell you, like, the weather has been good so far. Yeah, it hasn't been bad. Place China asked the boy. I'm cool. It's been cool but dry. Wow, neat and rain, boy.
Well, at least we know a lot of things are in state. Well, somebody needs to come and finish it. You know what I mean? It's either the Taiwanese or the Fed. When I say the
Um,
Feds, I mean the federal government.
yeah, yeah. But when we gonna start to say stadium is when we have the seating completed, when we got a gym, when the athletes, when the inter-premier athletes, them, possibly could take a shower, you know, and go on home at least fresh and then kind of things there. When these things happen, when the parking is sorted out and we see all of that pavement, we gonna give you the credit that is due. Then we will have a stadium. Right now, and nothing like Mr. Premier that you finish the track. I can't argue with you. The track done. No argument. But the stadium, yo, mm-mm. Hey, the parking, yo. And the thing of it is, these is the things and rightfully so, he's the premier. But he ain't gonna get to park where I gonna get to park. So he ain't gonna get a problem. What I gonna get? See what me I say? He parking gonna
Hmm.
be alright. He gonna be reasonable. Even when he reaching late from Miami. Oh yes, and I would like to confirm. Because there was a lot of questions about this. Because
Yeah.
he canceled his monthly press conference. I could confirm because I did see the premier that he does have his mouth. It is working again. I will hope that the monthly press conference will be held shortly. The mouth was definitely working. I noticed that all of the politicians were over there, except the smartest one, in my opinion, which was Timothy Harris, who was actually doing work. But that's, Tim Focus. Don't drop the ball.
He campaigning, are you campaigning? Is
Tim
either he
is working.
campaigning or campaigning? Big up
Tim,
Muba.
yeah, Tim is working. You understand? The event went well, and I know you're supposed to be happy. You feel good.
But but hey, when people got 10 days, when you see somebody throw 10 days of mourning, that's 10 days of planning for something, eh? And that's being 10 days ahead.
Definitely. Well, Tim is. I mean, I got to say, he at least two weeks ahead after the statement. You could play the clip, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tim
Of course,
Tim
man.
was 2 weeks ahead.
But I want to, you could pull the clip, you know what I mean? I have an announcement for the civil servants, the hardworking government workers. Don't, from the pep to the pop, to the swap to the shop, from the, yeah.
Right.
I am pleased to announce that my government has determined that our civil servants, our pensioners and step workers will benefit from a significant increase in wages, salaries and pensions at the rate of 10%, and this shall be retroactive to January 2022. This is another clear example
10 is better than none. 10 is better than none. 10 is better than none. And I lucky Timo giving it to Saint Kitts and Nevis. You better, because Timo could have said Saint Kitts alone. So 10 is better than none.
Um, here way is a master shot. Cause if you do it, I have to understand that the premier, because and based upon exactly what the prime minister, I would got to say that this was approved by cabinet. I would think that this decision was approved by cabinet.
But Alan hear this too. You understand me? Even if it wasn't approved, you understand me? I just look at it as by one of the highest paid members just passed away, so the money they get divided up and it's split into 10%.
No.
But what you need to work out is what your 10% is.
Yeah, listen. I train. I've been a
Oh,
no. One man can't come to the 10% there. So
but
I
what I'm
don't
saying,
believe. I I think that this is purely a political move, and I'm telling you, because if the premier, okay, set him come to cabinet and say, hey, I want to get 10% increase. I gonna vote for it. What they gonna say? No. 'Cause if they say no, Tim got ammunition. He could come out and say, well, I want to give an increase. Them now want to give. They're against it. They got to say yes and make it worse. They get it too. Really and truly, really and truly, that not mean the premier get 10% more. Yo, what I tell you, Keanu is a winning shot.
somebody say, what? I work out my 10% is nothing. 10 is better than nothing. You getting 10% raise. You understand me? You have to think big. So let's picture you're gonna get $1 million. So just work out how much that be. Don't work out the small numbers, work out the big numbers. So if you know somebody getting pay higher than you, just work it out from the standpoint there. The buy, if you know the premier get this amount, imagine 10% pan that now. Think big.
My bigger concern with the move, right, is what's going on for the private sector. You understand what I'm saying? When COVID came in, the prime minister would have gone to the private sector and I would say pressured, into having them, get the staff vaccinated, like making it a national drive to go
But
and get your staff
but
vaccinated.
but Alan,
Um, are we seeing the same pressure to increase the amount of money that are being paid to the staff in the face of the rising cost of living?
But Alan, they should have thought of that before they even take the $100 what some of them get to. Cause some of them get vax on $100. So they should have thought of that. Why supposed this happen when this happen on the road? You know what I mean? So that's why some people does have union.
I
You
would
get what I'm
like to
saying?
and me get back so free. That me I study.
So some people vax, you know what I mean? And some of them get $100. But when they look along the line now and hardship and all this stuff going on now, guess what? Guess what they put the focus on? Oh, hey, we thought that these prices are going up. And we thought whatever happened over in Russia or whatever happened in Canada, whatever happened, etc. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we feeling the squeeze too after we still doing the work. You know what I mean? Your prices on your stuff gone up of your product. You know what I mean? If your product gone up, that means you supposed to be an increase too. Because guess what? I put in more on the shelves. I showing up to work early. The bus fee gone up. You know what I mean? No,
And
it cost me extra dollar to reach at your work the same 8 o'clock. Cost me extra dollar, and I ain't getting the extra dollar to making sure I reach back home. No, I got to look a second job. You know something? Somebody flow down a town.
right now you got to be hustling in life. That make a
And,
lot of food up right now.
and that's why I can't vex with any single mama, whoever, single father, whoever, if they want to take a raise. If you hear somebody deal with them at night time out, they got a sugar daddy. So right now, we can't even judge nobody because the hustle is real. I go see why people still offer the bread because guess what? They're going to pay for their horse and maybe give the bread man peace.
Um, I will not comment to that day. Women are born leaders.
But I just come in with what I know. You check it out. Like these are stuff what me actually know. I me see with my eyes. These are stuff what me see are happening. You check it out. So it's like that's just the reality of it. Ain't no
yeah,
hiding
but
about it.
like I feel like okay, this can be me one comment, and I'm gonna leave you with this. I mean, pan this topic.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like some of them girls end up sell themselves short. You know, one of my disappointments, sometimes I don't believe in somebody who's my mother and they believe in themselves. Yeah, they gain a little bit more than what I think. But if you ain't gonna take no time to develop no value, you understand, to develop no
Yeah.
skills, then no, that's when no these kind of situations you're gonna encounter these type of situations. But boy, you got to take time. I was talking to a partner the other day, and he was like, a girl text him, asking him for iPhone. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, Cheat1 or whatever. And what we do and we considering, cause no, she get a number. Watch it. Suppose she had say, she got this idea for her business. You understand? Yo, the likelihood, the chances, gone up way bigger. If she could show me a little, sometimes you're talking to a girl and you could see how, because she know certain things like women products or whatever, she could do this thing.
Yeah.
But not really that shit up, and she just want to look the products for herself, and yo, and we could do a business. So I just telling you, like, some of these girls, if they take the time and really put some value in themselves, they could put themselves in a better situation. Anybody really and truly, man or woman, guy, you don't know, you got some man that do so nastiness with some money right now too.
It's like the Emil script says standard is high, but the wages aren't changing. Everything goes up, but must be difficult. But the wages ain't worth it. You can do better things, other things, do here, plant, self provision, etc. But some people don't see it another way. But at the same time too, you understand me? Like if you ain't see your idol or your parent or whatever, your role model as headstrong, you know what I mean? You only gonna look towards that person and say, "By if that person could do it and you already got them on that pedestal." You understand me? You won't look and say, "Well, who is you?" You know?
But me not really feel like I mean, I really feel like this thing is about role models, and it's dangerous to have role models. But like, I mean, if you need to, but I feel like it's better to incorporate positive characteristics where you see in a people
But some of the time,
because,
Alan,
guy,
but some of the time, you not even know what positive no.
what I mean by what positive do? You know
Meaning,
what positive?
meaning like you know what I mean, like some people are guided a certain way. You understand? Because we don't so divided, especially. You don't even know what's positive and negative though.
I feel like you're trying to go into a deep concept, but what I'm saying is right. If you look at somebody and you see the way how they put a smile upon people's face, you could identify things what them a do. Look at what they're doing at the time. Look at how they're doing it, and you could emulate these positive things, and you could get a similar reaction. Um, it could be. Me sure you watch. I hate to do this, but um, okay, let me talk about me. Me don't play
Yes.
cricket. When me a come up, I don't watch all kind of different batsmen, and I try to take certain parts of them man game, and me try to add it to my game, understanding like I don't can't be them, but I might be able to pick out something what they do, and it helped me in a my thing. You check it out. So me like them kind of. I feel like it better for me to draw that and assess it because when me watch them and me say them are them role model. I tell you me I watch a man and me I say but here me role model. You know me I not find out. No, the man can't read. Where here guys me go. But I like to see how the man play cricket.
Mm-hmm.
And I got things what I could learn from the man pan the cricket field about competitiveness. You check about defense, about pushing ball in a certain position and running gaps. You check it out. So that's what make me say. To me, it's better to observe people and see like the things what they do well or whatever, the positive things, and take that. You check it out. Can
So
rather than go
so
the route of saying this is my role model. Cause you half of the time you ain't really not a person ever. If you're telling me it's your
true.
parents, I feel more confident that you're being genuine of saying this is my role model. My father. You understand? And you know this man is a strong man. You understand? Show you how to deal with women, show you how to be a man. Go back that.
So
But random
so
celebrity? No.
so it come down to the fact that you know what I mean, a man could get in a situation like our premier get into a situation with the prime minister and he's spinning it in a marriage term. You check it out. So I'm putting it as an idle term. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward for you as our leader. You know what I mean? To tell us about a situation and tell us where you messed up. You know what I mean? But if you ain't tell us where you messed up, you know what I mean? Like, what's the purpose of me exactly? You get what I'm saying?
Bye. You wait there. What you saying? You waiting for the premier of Nevis to say that he messed up sometime? That's what you waiting for to
Meaning,
happen?
meaning like, yo, you were there for 7 years. You know what I mean? So 7 years, you just basically collect a paycheck, you know what I mean? So all these things for me to look forward to, you know what I mean? You just leave me hanging here, you know?
Listen, I get it happening. I get it happening during the interview, and let me tell you something. That was how come, like during the interview, I was like, "Man, Brantley's a real man." I know how to ask the right question. I know how to bowl the ball. You ain't gonna tell me how to bowl the ball, but when I bowl the ball and I know how you got to play the ball, if you know play it like us, but I think I asked him something about like the boundaries commission, and he was like, "Man, no, we ain't done with that. We failed on that for real, for
Meaning
real,
like
for real."
7 years,
He was a man.
7 given years, 7 given years of opportunity and nothing happened. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, at
And
that
now you're
point it was
putting it,
like,
you're putting it as a marriage term. So what terms I should put it on now? Because you telling me that he messed you up, so that means you messed me up too.
well, okay, as you're talking about this thing, right? And this is one of the things them what this is a thing what I'm skeptical about the premier. Cause we got to understand it. It's never his fault. It's always them. The premier rose to prominence. Remember, is through a federal seat. You understand? Um, when Malcolm died, I think it's 2007 or so. He went into parliament. He was effective. He had good debates that people would be talking about, you know what I mean? So he was able to show off his skills as an orator. He did his thing, and he went down there with the mission of no, no Denzel Douglas. You understand? He set up a goal, and he was like, no, we're gonna pass this. He would have told us, and like before I go on to that, um, God, this are dealing with the next part. I respect the premier for looking at the situation and deciding it ain't make no sense for Navy's parties to be on the sideline. It don't make no sense I be in election and I be go down the opposition. Cause that mean I be lose the election. He was reactive once again because Patrice being end up with Labour. But nonetheless, once again, that the feedback into the story. Labour bringing in Patrice, that went on to further help the story of is us against them. You check it out, and he capitalized on that further and go on to win the election. Boy, I forget what I've been saying. What have you been at about?
And as as you refer to Patrice, you know what I mean, for the 20 years, at least we know we were given laptops during that time, you know what I mean? Before before laptops were
Hey,
actually needed. You get what I'm saying? And now you got, and that was one seat from Patrice, right? In the federal. And we were given laptops and all those type of stuff. And like
hey, watch it.
COVID came, COVID came, and you know what I mean? And like this is when now the laptops were really needed, and like anyone distributed at any prior time during COVID?
I don't know, but me no want a lease. Someone tell me about the lease. What NRP do? I did not concern about the lease. I remember what I was saying. I was talking about why I'm skeptical of the premier and his rise. See, set up the thing. It was like it's us against Labour. Dougie is the big bad man. We just need to get rid of Dougie. We going with Tim. Tim is right. I promise. Everything gonna be good. Follow me. We're going with Tim. Going with Sean. Going with Tim and Sean. From the house. Come here again now. Tim no good. Stick with me. We're going with Sean this time. Everything gonna be good. I'm looking at the credibility of the Premier and his ability to assess situations at this moment in time. And I'm saying, tell me, Doug, you been wrong, you get rid of him. Why am I gonna do
Hey,
this again? When he gonna run out? You
the thing,
understand?
the thing about it, right? This thing operating like a business now because only people here know would move so switch so one time is business people like, hey, this is the better deal here. I can so with an instant.
And listen, me criticize it in terms of I feel like if unity been brought down, the Premier should have pulled all the way out. Say if ain't gonna unity, ain't gonna unity. And whoever gonna be best for St. Kitts and Nevis, we gonna be open. Because watch out, why
But
you looking at realistic? Why you looking at realistically what gonna happen? But Labour gonna must see it than the rest of them party down. And I talking about this Labour. This Labour here gonna get more seat than the rest man down there.
but the thing is, Alan, you understand me? You know what I wanna see? This is what I wanna see. When they're in the federal house or whatever, and they're talking to each other about the problems, about the issues what they have while they're in house. Let me see that thing. Let me see that live, rather than you hear this today, hear that tomorrow. Me want to hear them face to face.
Well, okay. Ain't gonna happen. And not only ain't gonna happen, Jason. It can't happen. It can't be expected to happen. It would not be decent. It would not be respectable. Because
But
here's where you
but
tell
it happened already. It happened already, but not with this previous party. It happened with the Labour Party.
hear me. I think that the ability to express that you do not agree should be maintained. But I don't need to see no fighting, whether it's between opposition bench or government bench. Not in a parliament. Um, Parliament is real business. If them man go in there, go wrong to that, well, then again, hey, watch it. You ever watch UK Parliament, the British Parliament anytime?
No.
Oh my God, Jason, it's unbelievable. You need to go up on YouTube and just get some clips of that. Them man really, them man never cussing in them one. Ours is a lot more civilized than the British Parliament. And I feel like we need to maintain that. I don't want them to go in there to be cussing one another. If they're
Wait.
gonna do that,
This,
if they're gonna do
so
that,
you
I know when it's going to take place.
mean the same Brits who write the Constitution for us?
No, I'll be right. The Constitution on itself. I'll be right. The Constitution on itself. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Did we
But,
mention on the show that the Governor General was the Attorney General when the Constitution was created?
hmm.
I guess it doesn't matter by now because we got into the motion and no confidence.
Well, it don't really matter. It's for real,
Yeah.
for real, for real. But listen. I'm just looking at it from a different point of view. How I would more like to see things. If you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like because stuff, we only waiting for a next day to happen to hear this story. You know what I mean? But the conclusion basically is just emotion and the confidence. So we just have to wait and see after this, right?
Well, when you say you would have liked things happen, you would have liked to see things happen. How you would have liked to see it happen?
So like for instance, if you're in a court, you know what I mean, you got the plaintiff and the defendant in the same house.
Mm.
Everybody state the case. You know what I mean? And it come down to a ruling at the end of the day.
But you see, what you now realize is we have a mechanism for that. And that is why I say we have a place where that is going to take place, and that is when election come. Then is when we're gonna get everything, huh? When election call, they are gonna go up on the podiums and they are gonna say that one you have been this, that one you have been that, and we're gonna get that story there. That is closer to the time for that. I don't want that on parliament time. Boy, when them man up on parliament time, them man a walk with me, eh? Me a pay them man for the time there, you know? So I would like them to go in there, discuss the business of parliament. Right now, it would be the most pressing issue we have is the motion on no confidence.
But sometimes it don't even make no sense. No, watch Parliament or whatever right now, because whenever they have whatever now, you know what I mean? It's like they're saying whatever for a front, and when they go up on the old platform now, it's something else I want to say. It's like a phone call. It's like a phone call after the phone call. If you get what I'm saying.
No, that is you ain't speaking facts. Parliament is always good. Jason, you got times when me to tell people things are going on and just can't watch Parliament, bro. Because Parliament is the real thing. Well, here what the distinction I'm gonna make for you. Parliament is the real thing, huh? When a man go up on the platform, that which part of the fakeness then? If you want to know which part of the real things there, Parliament is which party there. The fake things them? No. Is on the platform you can't find that. So if you watching the platform, like I said, that's supposed to be the real thing. No. If you're watching the platform, like I said, it's supposed to be consistent with the parliament. It's still gonna be no. There was a case of time somebody tried to sue Sam Kanda for things what he said on the platform. And the judge said, boy, that a campaign talk. You thought them being serious? That is one thing they ain't gonna hold you for. So if you the podium, no. Parliament, yeah. Parliament is real talk. And as I tell you, the next sitting of Parliament is gonna be real talk. I had tell you that I hear the speaker is not here.
You hear what?
The speaker, yeah, I don't think he was here when the motion was sent. Last I checked, he
Oh,
was not here.
Bijan Hanley said, Alan, when you get a chance, what South Africa Parliament? Our Parliament is like church compared to that.
Yeah, so that South Africa got a fantastic constitution, by the way. They got a real constitution. But yeah, man,
But
them
but for now, you know what I mean? It look like when you want to ask Timo for something, you have to say Tim. You can't say Timo. So I guess if you let ahead in having Timo, you know what I mean, you gotta remove the old. That's
no,
all.
you no. Let me. I gonna correct you. All thing got to say Tiboka, and he got it all. You better believe that. So you better say Timo. You better say Timo. He ain't gonna release
Buba,
that order.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Buba reading your comments, Buba reading your comments. I see what you're saying. But yeah, but apart from that, you know what I mean? Like, when you see somebody is 10 step ahead, you know, some you gotta look at it there at a time, you know. When a man give you 10 steps, 10 days, who just keep quiet so long, you know what I mean? It's like, do as I say, don't do as I do.
Um. Um. I, I just tell him Boba once again. I lie you. Because I know, listen, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. Jason is one of them. Jason found the thing with I. But we formulated that constitution. No, let me let you know. I'm not saying okay. It was not an original concept. There was definitely other constitutions that they look from and they look at and they the same thing why I discussed earlier. They look at things and they was like, I like this, I like this, I don't like this. Um and which is why you would see that all of them gonna still be different. Because when the people of Dominica, for example, were formulating theirs, they had considerations of Dominica in mind.
Yeah.
Everybody won slightly different, but the format, the fact that is you watch other things and so on, like you take what you like, but it was Nivisions and Kittitions in the room saying this is what we want, this is what we ain't want. And then you come to a thing, it's not, and even if we ain't ready, we got the ability to change it now. Where we want to stay now, I, I think we're getting caught up on technicalities. If we are
Well,
saying that we,
let us not get caught up. Let's get comfortable. It's not about being caught up, you know what I mean? Sometimes, you know what I mean, when the mind starts to run, you know what I mean, it just get attached to a lot more things where you think it's going no coordination. But apart from that, I could simply say, you know what I mean, Timo, you're 10 step ahead, you know what I mean? 10 days, then 10 days after 10%, what a winner.
Tim is looking at his last days in
You feel
office
so?
as the minister. Yeah, because I mean nobody still explained to me how Tim is going to achieve the monumental task that he has to achieve. In order to be the prime minister in this country, you have to have at least 6 representatives who support you. That's are correct, right? He
Only
got to
6?
move. He got to move from 2 to 6. So he got to multiply what he doing right now by 300%. Knowing the fact that all the rest representatives against him. And when I say all of the rest, Pam against him, CCM against him, Labour against him. The only party where you ain't sure against him right now is NRP. And you ain't sure that they with him neither. You just ain't sure how they feel about him. They just NRP kind of playing this thing kind of the smartest way right now. Not tired. NRP they on the road side, and then just a watch cussing over there. So man a go stone, man a haul this man. NRP just get on the side with popcorn like okay.
And the phone out.
That's what this is right now.
They say, well,
Just
let
a
me
watch.
gather this year. Let me gather all of these here just in case. I think
I
I
think that's
think
the
which is the
point.
smartest move right now because what NRP need to do right now is just focus on NRP.
Because and I say so right now because SK end up going into confusion. So them man got to start out them business down there. In no make no
Mm-hmm.
sense in no make no sense I be a wrangle with them. I start out our business, whichever one I look the strongest, business. That's just
True.
my opinion.
True.
You know make no sense. Every time I see Sean, it's like, bye Mark, this is where you're gonna line I'll be with boy. This is really where I feel like is in the best interest of the news, boy. That one the hard boy.
Um, delicious Nicholas say, NRP right to remain neutral. They are saying NRP dead. But the thing about it is, yeah, Sammy, when you realize nobody are calling you, mate, you're gonna pick up something, you know. 'Cause I don't think the boss make a post boy NRP right and look like, hey, I'm gonna tell you one thing, eh? We all know who gonna like you think them a man in time. You understand me? And we don't work out. If they don't like you think a man in time, you gonna call the department and call them and like, bye, me no see you like me post this man, you know what go on there. And the person maybe might say, um, something not happening in my favor. I'm gonna get it sorted out for you. Tomorrow morning, oh yeah, you go back to liking.
Um, it's just a matter the lovers, the hardcore supporters. I would imagine it's the same for NRP. It's the same for PLP. I'm
Um,
not to do what I got to do.
Booba said that's the same. What? What Booba say? Right. I forgot.
I
That
don't know.
comment they
You
went
got
so
to some,
far.
yeah, you got to
Yeah.
some laughing.
But yeah, man, like we just watching the tide. All we could do is just watch the tide and see it play out. All what NRP has to do is just prepare good. Come good, come hard, come good. You know what I mean? As what Dougie said, talk, talk, talk first, talk last, talk hard, whatever. When it's time to talk.
Well, what NRP have to do is set an actual plan. Because I still not hear nothing. Eh? You only hear some lovely overarching words, and the plan is being formulated, and way this and way that, but me not actually hear of the plan.
Well,
I mean,
Auntie,
I guess
if you hear the plan, please say it. Are you waiting on the plan too? Because we are waiting on the plan, eh? And we want to know if the plan is gonna make sense. Because the older the plan come out, you understand me? CCM no got to run with it, or somebody from the corner, the back no go link it out to CCM. So get the plan out, please. So let me know where we gonna pan out after we plan out. Cause we need
listen.
we need structure, communication, and planning here.
All I'm saying is, if I realize that I get a manifesto, whichever manifesto I get first, and I read it, and then all of a sudden, a week later, me get another manifesto, and he got in all the same set of things. You know when you write over somebody homework, but then you just write on a little extra,
But
or make
but
it
you know
sound
the
a little
excuse.
good. I gonna call it
But you know.
bullshit. So I get like,
But
I
you
just
know.
want the plans.
But you know what the excuse might be too. The excuse might be, somebody take it from this person because this person will be work with the publishing company related to this person labeled Thompson, this and that, and
Eh,
Abby been put in Abby one first, and it just that Abby one come after. I know the
but
story, I know the bullshit.
ain't no story. You know the shot them don't come in.
Which one, the blue one?
Yeah, man. Maybe not sleep when they come in, but
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 me
but I
wonder,
heard
me wonder, but me wonder if the shot come in go down and sink it because sink it's a the bigger issue,
no.
Because if you claim say NRP dead, you understand me, focus on the issue we get involved with for 7 years. So me want to know if the blue shot come in go down sink it.
No. Yeah, Navy shot. But the last battle I want to talk about is the masterful delivery I
Yes,
saw both by the Prime Minister. I don't know if we have up the message, but I have a general outline of the message.
yes,
So I think it was last week, Friday, the premier of the BVI was arrested
yes,
for cocaine and money laundering and all kind of thing. It was amazing, and it was followed by a commission of inquiry,
yes,
uh, which was conducted by the British government, and the stories that came out of that commission inquiry, ladies and gentlemen, the document is 946 pages. And they're not talking about just this government, they're talking about successive governments and an environment. It was just the Wild Wild West down in the BPI for numerous years. Um, when you look at the Commission of Inquiry, you see that it's a good thing to be independent. It's good to be St. Kitts and Nevis, the independent country. But it would have been nice if we could have had an independent body just do a commission of inquiry upon a government. Like every couple of years. Just let me know what really does go on with the government. Cause sometimes Jason we don't feel like things going on. But we're not sure. I just feel like it would have been nice if these things would have could have gone. But anyway, the brilliant ball that was bowled was by
Yeah.
Timothy Harris. Because Timothy Harris immediately came onto Facebook and was like, well, I can't say he said he don't use Facebook. But I know for sure there's a Facebook page marked the Honorable Timothy Harris.
Yes.
And he verified. So, and the page
Friends
was
of
saying,
who?
and the page, and he was saying, he's saddened by the news of the arrest of the premier of the BVI, who is good friends with the deputy prime minister, and
And
it, it is important in these times that we continue our good governance agenda. And this is one of the reasons why me say, right now, actually, NRP, I don't know if this is consciously just way out the bar, but yeah, I need to sit with Tim and Shana fight. If Tim a say, but that a Sean Bridgen, you understand? I'm sad for Sean partner who spoke at the PAM convention, and this is why we need good governance. Understand what's going on? Me feel like the premier need to be around that. I got none of them kind of thing there. Let Sean fight the battle. Really and truly. Sink it or sink it. You need to deal with Nevis right now.
but you see what happened afterwards, right? Somebody posted a picture and the same premier of BVI and Timothy Harris. We ain't see the picture of Sean and he, no.
Yeah, but listen, and this is why it is a master ball, because I tell somebody this. I say, okay, because the person tell me the same thing. I say, but what I got right now is Timothy Harris. He is the first man, He beat you to the punch. That is which part you can to say Timothy or master or Timothy now we do not can't happen no Mr. No see the picture. And I wouldn't doubt that he exists. But he done gone out there and put out a message. So why okay. This is the reason why I make you vex, and this is the reason why I make you vex by the premier, by the way. When you're dealing with public relations,
Yes.
there is a rule which say you got to control the message. You can't let the message control you. So if you don't know this thing is out there, it makes sense you say so than to be waiting around for this thing to get to a point where they know the bubble bust.
Yeah.
So it better to get it out one time, deal with it, rather than get in there, a build up, and that are the reason
True.
why make you vex with the premier, because he just stopped there for 7 years, which can't defend you, can't help you with the defense span that. If it been 7 months, we would have backed you. Years? But no, you can't even help with that part there. Second administration, no, you will not be able to receive any help with that part there. Because you got to adjust these things head on. It's not about like being confrontational or nothing, but you can't let it bubble.
Because I remember during the campaign, I think Eric had made a statement saying, let me not say I think, let me say allegedly because I'm not sure. Allegedly, Eric had made a statement saying, um, I what somebody saying that me not deserve to paycheck and at the end of the day, me work home, so me go want me to paycheck. But
Mm-hmm.
no, no, not no. This shit hit the fan now. You understand me? So tell me what you work for. So what happened? This is why your mouth speech has been taken away and letting one person talk for you?
And what will end up happening for the ministers who refuse to talk and let one man talk. Since you don't have a narrative, one will be created for you because you ain't in control of the story. You're not saying anything. You ain't being vocal. And that is the issue. We just remaining silent when something there. If something there, get it out. Deal with the story. If there is an issue, if you know you don't there broke down wall, if you gonna cancel be an extra 5 million, big man come got a lobby now. You know make no sense. You're there and you fuck up yourself and you fuck up yourself and then later on you gonna try to slip in and say, well, um, you know, had some additional cost overruns no, we ever remember the video from May, which surfaced in the first week of May. So it makes sense, and that is why Devon ask the question, find out if this is going to yeah, the second part of the question is if there has been any delays, if that is going to have any impact on the cost to the hospital.
And
Is it going to be more?
and and delicious say delicious say exactly, Alan. It just December the premier said unity was the best thing and let people rape Nevis for 7 years. Sometimes, right, when you fall in love with something right after you finally get what you want, you ask me, you seem to be delusional. You're still in the mode because you realize if you really look at it after the premier got his cheat, you ask me, he was still in campaign mode. You check it out, so it looked like they were still living the delusional concept where every day was Monday for them. Every day was the day after election. You
Jason.
answer me? Every day for them the day after election. You check it out, so it's like you being a nun after the pastor telling you this is holy water. You check it out, where you look now, when you really come down to reality and somebody telling you, yo, you're drinking the man all the time, you're drinking this person all the time, this is what you're drinking all the time, and you're like, you can't believe when you think it's a good
Jason,
thing.
after the last election, I tell you, I see the premier. The premier was like um fine, fresh roll printed paper. You check it out, just come out the mint. You understand, just clean and ready to go. And I can't believe I'm them telling you to know the body paper kinda looking kinda wrinkled up now. Like you don't get wet up couple time and dry back and ain't looking, because I was thinking about it. I was saying my, like when I will be trying to consider how these politicians, how anybody moving really, why don't they just try to empathize? So I'd be like, if I was in that position, there, how I would feel. And if I was the premier right now, I telling you, on paper, the premier is like the most powerful premier we ever had. But that's why I tell you, the paper, but the paper doesn't get a lot of bang boat. He like little boys had that down them, make like them tie boat and sail them in a drain and thing, boy. Me I tell you, boy, the paper
Ah,
has
them gonna
seen
make
better
bum
days.
flapper. Ah, you gonna
But
make bum flapper. You never
yeah,
so bum flapper.
yeah.
Hey, people, I want to say thanks for sharing the show and thanks for your views and your comments. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we only could talk about who in power and who doing this and doing that. If you ain't in power and you're trying to do whatever, kudos to you. You check it out, but we got to talk about who's in control and who is doing the good, the bad, and the ugly within the
I,
7 years.
I disagree with you.
Why?
No, I disagree with you. I disagree with you in your ass. You check it out. Cleon is not in power, but Cleon is a representative
Of
of
course she is.
people. And she got a job to do. Even even the all of the members. Is the same thing about interprimary. Everybody who participate, all of the children who participate in interprimary, regardless to what they come, they're gonna be better, eh? Because them had an experience whereby they had to put it out there in front of the whole of Nevis. You check it out, you got people who was successful who gonna continue. You got man who was in the race who gonna push to do better. You got people who have been a watch the race because some of the people, some of the at least what they interviewed, they was like, I never run into primary, you know? And that was one of the more encouraging things for me because I hear so much of people was like, I never run in primary school, or when we reach high school, we start to run. And normally we just got the problem of like people just run in a primary school, and when they reach high school, they stop. But to me, that was a good thing. Even like it confused Abraham. And yo, let me just say this. Why when I want to interview people, why I don't just say, Alan, listen, right? Come, we just need 15 minutes. 'Cause I could have talked to them, this thing would have been good, and it would not have been a formula. They basically like write down the questions and they ask all of them the same set of questions. And some of them and them, like, as I telling you, one of the good things was some of them ain't run interprimary. You really and truly it was an opportunity. We supposed to take these opportunities. Just let people got an idea who the face be, let me get a voice. Just put them out there. Ain't got to be about interprimary. We just at interprimary. But we could use interprimary to achieve all kind of other things, in my estimation. We should have used interprimary. Interprimary is supposed to be a launching point, for example, for cultural armor contestants. Could have been. When you look at the timing. But may need to know if we got the required amount of girls. May know if contract sign and all them things. But when you're thinking about like the mechanism, we got one more holiday coming up, which is with Monday. That would have been another good opportunity. Showcase the girls them, the cultural girls them. These are things like, yo, we don't give up so much of money. Last Labor Day, and I want to big up the ladies, especially the ladies who is misbehaving at what is anything in you? Faded 2.0. Oh my God! To the ladies who went up there who had on pants, since I not try, me not try neither. To the ladies who had on skirt, I see some of you was trying. And to the ladies who went up there in sundresses, I see a lady in a floral pattern. Oh my God, she was the winner.
Well,
Yeah,
I see people they put in a dress weight and not even try match the body weight. You know what I mean? So they look like cupcakes.
listen, man, fighting with none of the you ain't man agree with none of the girls and what had on dress. I see some to me.
Listen,
Watch the pictures. Watch the girls and what had on pants.
listen.
Watch the girls and what had on
I went
pants.
to I went to about 400 and something different pictures. You hear? You understand me? And me know what look good, and me know what's supposed to look good.
Big man, watch here. I'm telling you. Especially he had some pants. He had some pants, right? He like I said, them man just take them there half of the kite, then Good Friday. Some big pants. No. Move. You check? No. The ladies in the skirt them, you ain't no, you're wrong. You're wrong. Them in the dresses, I
Rich,
mean, yeah.
Rich,
Winners.
telling me I wrong.
Winning.
You understand me?
Yeah, the ladies in the dresses. Yeah, you're wrong. You are incorrect in your assessment. Pants and some of the skirt, them the mouth.
Well, cupcake. But for real, I'm just looking at that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying it how it is. You check it out. If we go to talk about all those stuff too, you know what I mean? Me just talk about what me see. You check it out, me see some cupcakes up there too. You understand me? You got some people not get themselves in shape and don't know to align themselves properly.
Okay, watch it, right? Yeah,
You
me
look
tell
for
you.
certain details too.
Let me tell you what was my bigger problem. Like some of the ladies, here I want how much ever makeup I had on, right? If you feel like the amount of makeup you had on was enough, I need you to cut back that by 30%. Just cut how much ever you had on, just cut back that by 30%. You're gonna see your makeup, you're gonna look better. And I you who watch back the pictures and see the makeup, you is what I mean. Well, as long as you
Tanya,
watch the picture and you see the makeup, cause me supposed to see. I don't have eyes for that, but you go see. If I
but Tanya, and it's the same cupcake I like, but what I'm saying is, you got some people putting themselves in positions to look like cupcakes. That's all I'm saying, you know? Which
Jason,
just dress according to your weight. You know what I mean? Don't put on something what gonna make you bulge out. That's all.
and you're saying that is the girls in the dresses they look bulge?
I'm not saying all. Some of them.
Big man,
So
them
some
pants.
of them even had a costume.
No, some of them had what?
Some of them look like they had a costume too. You got me? Me see one look like they got two chef hat on the side.
Wow. Wow. Me not see that one there. But overall, and as me I said, because I would have seen, some people was disapproving of the ladies and their behavior. But I would say what I see was appropriate. That was Labor Day behavior. If it was Easter Monday, I would have said, once again, I need to tone down that they were about 30%. But Labor Day, that was appropriate Labor Day behavior. And the tone was set by our partner, DJ Woodis. You know, if DJ Woodis is there, I see Woodis emerging from underneath some tarpaulin.
But
Just fly
but
out as some
but
tarpaulin.
but, but apart from what you say, that you said somebody mentioned saying about people saying that certain things were appropriate, right? Some people need to look back on themselves and what they did also too. So that because they change, you know what I mean? That I mean people should change along with them too.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Simple maths. Not because you change from your lifestyle when you was doing this and doing that, then I mean everybody gonna change with you. And you talk about you also blah 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 this and blah 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 that. You check it out because maybe half of them ain't shop at the doctor office like Tom, Dick, or Harry, or even you. You check it out. But I'm just saying. Anyways,
I I I I ain't fighting the ladies and I had on the
no, I ain't
dresses.
fighting.
I
Me just
just
giving my
saying no, well, no, watch out. You give some kind of qualifier. Me ain't gonna qualify for no lady who went up there in no
Mhm.
dressing. I don't care if your belly big or what. No, this and you see this is which wow. Jason, yeah, me tell you how the pants come a problem.
Yeah.
Cause they know when they got on the pants, they ain't just wearing a shirt in. The shot is a shot now was shine me the belly. You understand? So yeah,
Alan,
that's
Alan,
when we see in the cupcake. This is when we have a
Alan,
problem.
Alan, watch out. Me, you don't criticize nobody for their body or anything. But what I'm saying is, you check it out. When you wear something, you understand me? Wear your size. Don't wear something when
Jason.
you're not. You gonna put people
You know.
down because ain't everybody gonna suck you in the belly all night. Only two person could do that. You understand me? Me and the past contestant for the culture I'm show.
Boy, let me tell you something. He had a lot of he had a you hear me tell you when the sucking come in, and this is the problem too. Cause the sucking really come in when they taking the picture of them, you know. Cause it's like you got to watch. You got to watch her. When she take the picture and you got to say, okay, that when the belly sucking. And you got to imagine that there, and then you got to put on about a half a belly. And maybe about a 25% of belly. who see the real life. But I like the dress. The dress is like, that is just, yeah, I don't care. The pants is a problem. There's something scared them. I'm telling you.
As
But what
as
are
what Sammy
pants?
said, don't follow the crowd, just the size. Exactly, Sammy. Exactly. Well, learn to appreciate once they feel comfortable, it's all good. No, they don't feel sometimes they don't feel comfortable because sometimes when you post the picture they delete it
Those one, eh?
because we don't catch them off guard when they're not sucking. You think it easy you jump to a sugar ban after you look you're gonna take a picture? How you sucking? And you try to catch your breath.
And you got in liquor. And you got in liquor.
Exactly. Anyway, fellas, it was good.
Yeah.
You got anything to say, Alan?
No, we out.
Yeah, man, it was fun. And tune in to Whispers. You don't know, Thursday at 7 p.m. your time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So it was fun, guys. And I mean, it was the topics. It's your boy Alan Powell and your boy Mr. China Wallen, Wallen. You don't know. Blessings. And I would encourage you guys to give us your constructive criticism after the show or whenever, update us on something wherever. Follow us Instagram. Booba, big up yourself. You don't know he's a new follower. Sorry to update you so late that I have a show. Sorry to update some of the people that who follow me on social media also that this show has been going on for a while. And I will see I could accept the fact that I messed up. You know what I mean? And I'm willing to work onwards, you know what I mean, to keep you guys not keep you guys to stay transparent as much as I could to let you know, yo, every Tuesday this show, whenever, blah blah blah, you know. And I'm sorry for those, you know, who are reached too late, you know. I could apologize now. So yeah. Hope you guys accept my apology and let's move forward and let's build this show. Yeah man.
Yeah, I received a text. The speaker is still not here. So we're waiting for the speaker so we could get the motion. I hope wherever he is that the legal advice is coming in.
Yeah, man. Manners and respect. So you don't know. It's all about the topic. Special thanks to Real Entertainment Network, and we are out.
Yeah. Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else choose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Got up in the morning, took a shot, it's the rock. Girl, you left my stomach in a knot. Took my lighter and you burned the bridge. Thought you was a writer. No, you're just an idol. You got me feeling like Big Sean in this 5, 4, 3, 2. I deserve a minute. Wait a minute. Gotta get up and over. Regain my composure. No longer my lover. Finally finished and you did it. Girl, you really showed me. Think with your heart, don't think with your body. Clever. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not Justin Timberlake, write me a river. Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else choose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. You tried to convince me it was all in my head.